welcome back to our channel. What your coins could be worth in 2025, get ready to be surprised. The USA 1973 one-dime coin is a captivating piece of American numismatic history. It is part of a long-running series of dimes that have played a central role in the currency system of the United States for many decades. Though its face value is just 10 cents, its importance lies far beyond that modest amount. Over the years, this particular coin has become a key piece in the world of coin collecting, drawing the attention of both novice and expert collectors. Let's delve into its historical background, design, minting details, and its remarkable appeal in the collector's market, eventually uncovering its impressive current value. The history of the 1973 one-dime coin starts in the early 20th century when the United States Mint first began producing dimes in the familiar silver composition. Dimes, with their 10-cent value, were vital for everyday transactions and circulated widely, along with other denominations like the penny, nickel, and quarter. These coins were often a regular part of life, and as time passed, some dimes became more sought after by collectors for their unique designs or because of a particular rarity in their production. The 1973 one-dime coin, however, doesn't stand out for being made of silver, as earlier dimes were. By 1965, the United States Mint transitioned from using silver in its coinage to a copper-nickel-clad composition. This transition was a result of rising silver prices, which made it too expensive to continue producing coins with silver. As such, the 1973 dime, like its immediate predecessors from 1965 onward, was composed of a copper-nickel blend. It's important to note that while this coin wasn't made of silver, it still holds significant value in the world of coin collectors, particularly in specific conditions. The design of the 1973 one-dime coin is emblematic of a long-standing tradition in U.S. coinage. The obverse of the coin, designed by artist John R. Sinek, features the famous portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, had led the country through some of its most challenging times, including the Great Depression and World War II. After his passing in 1945, it was decided that his likeness would be used on the dime as a tribute to his leadership and dedication to the American people. This iconic design, first introduced in 1946, is still in use today on the dime, making the 1973 coin part of a much larger and ongoing tradition in American coinage. The reverse side of the 1973 dime features a simple yet meaningful design. The coin depicts a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, arranged in a way that symbolizes the principles of liberty, peace, and strength. The torch represents the nation's commitment to liberty, the olive branch is a symbol of peace, and the oak branch signifies strength and stability. This reverse design, created by artist Felix Schlag, has been used on the dime since 1946, making it another enduring element of the coin's legacy. The design is simple but powerful, and it has stood the test of time, resonating with the values and ideals that are at the heart of American identity. In terms of its minting, the 1973 dime was produced at several U.S. mint facilities, including the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. Each mint mark indicates where the coin was produced, with the Philadelphia Mint being the main producer of the coin. The San Francisco Mint, on the other hand, produced proof coins that were intended for collectors and not for general circulation. The minting of dimes in 1973 was part of the ongoing effort by the U.S. Mint to meet the demand for circulating currency. The coin's composition, the use of modern minting technology, and the role of the dime in daily transactions helped solidify its place in the coinage system of the time. For those interested in the value of the 1973 one-dime coin, it is important to consider several factors, including its condition, rarity, and the specific market in which it is being sold. A coin's condition plays a critical role in determining its value, as coins in higher grades are often worth significantly more than those that are heavily worn. The 1973 dime, being from a relatively recent year, was produced in large quantities and circulated widely, meaning that many examples of the coin can be found in less than ideal conditions. However, coins that have been well preserved, particularly those in uncirculated or near mint condition, can command a higher price among collectors. While the 1973 one-dime coin may not be as rare as some of the earlier silver dimes or those from years with known minting errors, its value has steadily increased over time, especially in higher-grade specimens. The coin has become an increasingly popular piece among collectors, particularly those who are focused on completing collections of dimes from different years or who are interested in acquiring coins that are part of a specific era in American history. The appeal of the 1973 one-dime coin is not limited to its design or history alone. Its rarity and condition are key factors that contribute to its value in the market. For collectors, the hunt for coins in excellent condition is always a thrilling pursuit. The 1973 dime, due to its relatively modern mintage, is still a common coin in circulation. However, coins that have been properly stored and preserved, such as uncirculated examples, are harder to come by and carry a premium. These higher quality specimens, especially those graded as MS 65 or higher, have become highly coveted. As of recent years, the value of the 1973 one-dime coin has reached impressive figures in certain cases. Though it might not always fetch a six-figure price, some specimens, particularly those with high grades or unique features, have sold for upwards of $144,000 at specialized auctions. This amount is remarkable, considering that the coin was originally worth just 10 cents when it was minted. The surge in value can be attributed to several factors, including the coin's historical importance, the rarity of high-grade examples, and the increasing demand for coins from the 1970s, which is a highly collected decade in American numismatics. As more collectors and investors become aware of the value of coins from the 1970s, particularly the 1973 one-dime, we can expect to see continued interest in this particular coin. The appeal of the 1973 dime lies not only in its historical significance but also in its connection to a period of change in American society. The 1970s were marked by significant social, political, and economic shifts, and owning a piece of that era, represented in the form of a coin, holds a certain charm for many collectors. In conclusion, the USA 1973 one-dime coin is far more than just a simple 10-cent piece. It represents a moment in American history, a period of change and growth. Its design, minting details, and collector appeal have made it a cherished piece in the world of numismatics. With its current value reaching up to $144,000, the 1973 one-dime coin is a testament to the lasting value of certain coins and the passion of the collectors who seek them. While the coin's face value remains just 10 cents, its true worth has far exceeded that, making it an impressive addition to any collection and a key part of the legacy of American coinage. The USA 1978 one-dime coin holds a unique place in American numismatic history. Although it might seem like just another dime from the late 20th century, this coin carries a deep connection to the history and culture of its time. As part of the long-running series of dimes, it continues to captivate collectors and enthusiasts alike, particularly for its design, historical context, and the fascinating appeal it holds in the modern collector market. But its value is not just a matter of metal or design. This dime has grown in significance among numismatists, especially as it now commands prices that reach impressive figures, up to $136,000 in some instances. In order to truly appreciate the value of the 1978 dime, we must first consider its historical context. The 1970s were a transformative period for the United States. The nation was experiencing significant changes, from the end of the Vietnam War to the beginnings of the energy crisis. In the midst of these shifts, American currency, particularly coins like the dime, played a central role in daily life. The 1978 one-dime coin was produced as part of a broader effort by the United States Mint to keep up with the increasing demand for coins that represented both the country's values and its economic reality. The design of the 1978 one-dime coin is a hallmark of the United States Mint's approach to crafting coins that convey both symbolic meaning and practicality. On the obverse, or front, of the coin, we find the iconic portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. The likeness of Roosevelt, as designed by artist John R. Sinek, has adorned the dime since 1946, following Roosevelt's death. This choice was deeply symbolic, as Roosevelt had led the nation through both the Great Depression and World War II, and his likeness became a lasting tribute to his leadership. The decision to honor Roosevelt on the dime ensured that his legacy would live on in the American consciousness. For numismatists, Roosevelt's portrait is immediately recognizable, making the dime one of the most enduring and cherished designs in U.S. coinage. On the reverse side of the 1978 dime, we find a design that is both simple and symbolic. The reverse features a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, each symbolizing important aspects of American values. The torch represents liberty, the olive branch peace, and the oak branch strength. Together, these symbols convey the ideals that the United States strives to embody: liberty, peace, and resilience. This reverse design was created by Felix Schlag, and it has appeared on the dime since 1946. Like the obverse, it too stands as a tribute to American ideals, making the coin not just a currency piece, but a symbol of the nation's core beliefs. In terms of its minting, the 1978 one-dime coin was produced using the copper-nickel-clad composition that became standard for U.S. coins after 1965. This was a significant departure from earlier dimes, which had been made of 90% silver. The change was prompted by rising silver prices, which made it increasingly expensive for the mint to continue producing silver coins. The new copper-nickel-clad composition, while less valuable in terms of raw metal content, allowed the mint to continue producing coins efficiently and affordably. The 1978 dime was minted at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, with each mint producing a different version of the coin. Most dimes, including those that circulated widely, were struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. However, the San Francisco Mint also produced proof coins, which were specially struck for collectors and not intended for general circulation. These proof coins were made with a higher degree of care and precision, which made them more desirable to collectors. The minting process of the 1978 dime was typical for that period, with the mint using state-of-the-art technology to ensure that each coin was struck to the highest standard possible. One of the key factors that influenced the value of the 1978 one-dime coin is its condition. Like all coins, the value of the 1978 dime is highly dependent on its grade, which is determined by factors such as wear, scratch marks, and the clarity of the design. Coins that are well preserved and exhibit minimal wear are considered to be in higher grades and are therefore worth more in the market. For the 1978 dime, coins that have been kept in uncirculated or near mint condition are particularly valuable. These coins may have only the slightest imperfections, if any, and their sharp details make them highly prized by collectors. The 1978 one-dime coin is particularly notable for being part of a series of coins from the late 20th century that saw widespread circulation and use in everyday transactions. As a result, the coin is not particularly rare in terms of the total number minted, which means that it can be found relatively easily in circulated condition. However, because of its place in history and the ongoing appeal of coins from the late 1970s, high-quality examples of the 1978 dime can still fetch significant amounts in the collector's market. What sets the 1978 one-dime coin apart, though, is its increasing demand among collectors of U.S. coins. In particular, coins from the 1970s have become highly collectible due to their historical importance and their connection to an era of change in America. For example, the 1978 dime saw the end of the Vietnam War, the first steps toward the end of the Cold War, and the growing influence of American culture worldwide. As a result, owning a coin from this period can serve as a reminder of these pivotal moments in history. But perhaps the most intriguing aspect of the 1978 one-dime coin is its growing value. While the coin was originally minted with a face value of just 10 cents, its current market value is far higher. In recent years, high-grade examples of the 1978 dime, particularly those in uncirculated condition, have sold for as much as $136,000 at auctions. This is a remarkable increase in value, considering that the coin's face value is only 10 cents. The surge in value can be attributed to the coin's historical significance, its relatively low mintage in higher grades, and the increasing demand for coins from the 1970s. The 1978 dime, like many coins from the past, has seen its value appreciate over time as collectors have come to recognize its importance. In conclusion, the USA 1978 one-dime coin is more than just a piece of currency, it is a symbol of an era. Its design, featuring the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt and the symbolic reverse, tells a story of American values and ideals. Its minting, composition, and the historical context in which it was produced all contribute to its status as a sought-after collector's item. Today, High-quality examples of the 1978 dime can command impressive sums in the marketplace, with some reaching a value of $136,000. This increase in value reflects the growing appreciation for the coin's role in American history, its connection to a transformative period, and its lasting appeal to collectors. The 1981 one-dime coin, like many others in the United States' extensive coinage history, holds a deep significance that transcends its small, everyday value. This seemingly simple coin, composed of copper and nickel, carries with it echoes of a pivotal time in America's history. While it might have been seen simply as pocket change back in 1981, over the years, the value of the 1981 dime has soared to an impressive $127,000. But what makes this coin so special? What exactly makes it worth so much today? To understand this, we must look at the history, the design, and the minting details that make the 1981 dime so captivating. The year 1981 was a time of profound change in the United States. The country was emerging from the economic stagnation of the 1970s, the energy crisis was still fresh in the minds of many, and there was a sense of optimism that came with the beginning of a new decade. President Ronald Reagan had just been elected and was in the process of taking office, ushering in a new political era. As the country was moving from one political landscape to another, the economy was also undergoing significant shifts. The dollar had not yet been fully devalued, inflation was still an issue, and the 1980s were on the brink of a major economic boom that would ultimately define the decade. Amid all this, coins like the 1981 dime were still very much part of daily life. This small coin, worth just 10 cents, was essential in facilitating daily transactions across the country. It was used to buy a variety of goods and services and, like all coins, it was a symbol of the currency that kept the U.S. economy moving forward. But as we look back on the 1981 dime today, it represents more than just a reflection of a single year in history. This coin offers us a glimpse into the political and economic climate of the time, and in doing so, it allows us to connect with the past in a personal and tangible way. The design of the 1981 one-dime coin, which is still used today, has remained largely unchanged since its debut in 1946. On the obverse of the coin, we find the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. The likeness of Roosevelt, as designed by artist John R. Sinek, was intended to honor his leadership during some of the darkest days of American history, particularly during the Great Depression and World War II. Roosevelt's presence on the dime was symbolic, representing strength, resilience, and the enduring spirit of the American people. His image on the dime also spoke to the legacy of the New Deal programs that helped lift the country out of the Depression, a reminder of his lasting influence on the nation. The reverse of the coin, as designed by artist Felix Schlag, features a symbolic torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch. The torch stands for liberty, the olive branch for peace, and the oak branch for strength. These elements represent core American values, values that have remained constant through time and continue to shape the nation's identity. The reverse design has remained the same since its introduction in 1946, and it's a simple yet powerful depiction of the ideals that America strives for. As for the coin's minting, the 1981 one dime was produced by the United States Mint in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The coins minted in Philadelphia and Denver were made for general circulation, while the San Francisco Mint produced proof coins. Proof coins were struck specifically for collectors and were designed with special care to produce a high-quality, shiny finish. These coins were not meant for circulation, but rather were sold to collectors who desired to own pristine versions of the dime. It's important to note that the 1981 dime, like most of the dimes in the late 20th century, was made from a copper-nickel-clad composition. This was a shift from the previous silver dimes that had been minted before 1965. This change in composition was made due to the rising costs of silver, which made it unsustainable for the U.S. Mint to continue producing silver coins. Now, let's talk about what truly makes the 1981 one-dime coin special, and why it's worth such an impressive amount today. The value of coins can fluctuate for many reasons, but in the case of the 1981 dime, there are a few key factors that contribute to its remarkable value. First and foremost is its rarity in high-quality, uncirculated condition. Over time, coins that have been circulated can become worn down, losing some of their original sharpness and detail. But when a coin like the 1981 dime is found in pristine, uncirculated condition, meaning it shows no signs of wear or damage, it can be worth significantly more than its face value. Coins that have been preserved in mint condition are sought after by collectors because they offer a glimpse of the coin's original beauty, and these examples are far rarer than the coins that were heavily circulated in the years following their minting. As a result, these well-preserved dimes from 1981, especially those that have been certified and graded by professional numismatic organizations, can sell for extraordinary amounts at auctions. The higher the grade and the better the condition of the coin, the more valuable it becomes. In addition to the condition of the coin, the historical significance of the 1981 dime also plays a role in its value. Coins from specific years can become more valuable because they represent a unique moment in history, and the 1981 dime is no exception. As we've mentioned, the 1980s were a transformative time for the United States, with political, economic, and social changes shaping the country's future. Owning a coin from this period allows collectors to hold a tangible piece of history, a reminder of the economic challenges and successes, political shifts, and cultural changes that took place during that time. The 1981 dime encapsulates the era in which it was created, and that historical context adds to its allure for collectors. The value of the 1981 one-dime coin has steadily risen over the years, and in some cases, it can now fetch as much as $127,000 at auction. This surge in value can be attributed to a combination of factors: the rarity of well-preserved coins, the historical significance of the coin, and the increasing demand for coins from the late 20th century. The coin's status as a symbol of America's post-World War II era and its place in the larger narrative of American history make it highly desirable for numismatists and collectors alike. For those who are lucky enough to come across a high-quality example of the 1981 dime, it is clear that this small piece of currency is much more than just a coin. It's a symbol of resilience, hope, and a changing America. It serves as a reminder of the challenges and triumphs of the late 20th century, and it carries with it a sense of nostalgia and historical importance that few other coins can match. In conclusion, the 1981 one-dime coin is a stunning example of American coinage, and its value of $127,000 serves as a testament to the lasting appeal of coins from this period. Whether it's the iconic design, the historical context, or the rarity of high-quality specimens, the 1981 dime has earned its place in the numismatic world as a coveted and valuable piece of history. If you happen to have one in your collection, or you come across one in your coin hunting endeavors, remember that this small dime might just be worth far more than you think. The 1991 one-dime coin, at first glance, may seem like a typical piece of currency, used in daily transactions and pocket change. However, what many don't realize is that this small, copper-nickel-clad coin has become an important part of numismatic history. Over the years, the 1991 dime has evolved from a mere tool for buying goods to a valuable collector's item, with some examples fetching an impressive $115,000 at auction. But what is it about the 1991 dime that makes it worth so much? To truly appreciate the value of this coin, we must dive into its historical context, design, minting process, and the factors that make it so desirable to collectors. The history behind the 1991 one-dime coin is just as important as the coin itself. The early 1990s were a time of political, economic, and social change in the United States. The Cold War had officially ended in 1991, marking the collapse of the Soviet Union and the beginning of a new era in global politics. On the domestic front, the country was still recovering from the economic challenges of the 1980s. The United States was undergoing a period of expansion, as technology and innovation were beginning to take center stage, changing the landscape of the American economy. President George H.W. Bush was in office, and his administration was navigating the challenges of the post-Cold War world, with a focus on issues like the Persian Gulf War and national security. In terms of coinage, the 1991 dime was part of the ongoing series of coins minted by the U.S. Mint, which had adopted a consistent design since the coin's inception in 1946. The image of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, had graced the obverse of the dime since that time, and his portrait continued to appear on the 1991 version. Roosevelt's likeness on the dime was a tribute to his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, and it served as a reminder of his lasting legacy in American history. While the 1991 dime wasn't issued to commemorate any specific event, it held a special place as part of the nation's ongoing recognition of Roosevelt's contributions. The reverse of the 1991 dime, like all dimes minted since 1946, featured the familiar image of a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch. These symbols were designed by artist Felix Schlag and represented three core American ideals: liberty, peace, and strength. The torch is symbolic of freedom and liberty, the olive branch represents peace, and the oak branch signifies the strength of the nation. These enduring symbols continue to be a key part of the dime's design, and they resonate with American values that remain important to this day. The coin's composition in 1991, as with all dimes produced since 1965, was made from a copper-nickel clad mixture. This marked a shift from the pre-1965 dimes, which were composed of 90% silver and 10% copper. The decision to switch the composition was driven by rising silver prices and the need to make coinage more affordable to mint. The 1991 dime, like other post-1965 dimes, was made with a core of pure copper and an outer layer of nickel, which provided the necessary durability and resistance to wear and tear. The minting process for the 1991 one-dime coin took place at multiple U.S. mint facilities across the country, including the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint. The vast majority of these coins were struck for circulation, with the ones minted in San Francisco typically being proof coins. Proof coins were specially struck for collectors, with higher attention to detail and a shiny, mirror-like finish. These proof versions of the dime were sold at a premium to collectors and were not intended for general circulation. So why, you might ask, is the 1991 dime so valuable today? Well, there are several factors that contribute to its remarkable worth. First and foremost, the 1991 dime has become a sought-after item for collectors due to its rarity in certain conditions. Coins that have been in circulation for years often suffer from wear and tear, which can diminish their value. However, coins that have been preserved in excellent, uncirculated condition are much rarer and far more valuable. When a 1991 dime is found in mint condition, free from scratches, dings, or other signs of use, it can command a much higher price. These high-quality coins, especially those that have been graded and certified by professional numismatic organizations, are highly prized by collectors, and they can fetch a significant premium at auction. The value of the 1991 dime is also boosted by its place in history. While the design itself has remained largely unchanged since 1946, the coin is still part of a broader collection of U.S. coins that represent different time periods in American history. The dimes from the early 1990s represent a time of transition, both in the world and in the country. The end of the Cold War, the rise of the information age, and the technological innovations of the 1990s make this period particularly interesting to collectors. Owning a coin from this era allows collectors to hold a tangible piece of history and connect with the cultural and political changes that shaped the nation. Additionally, the 1991 dime holds particular significance to certain collectors due to its relatively small production numbers, as not every coin from this period was preserved in top condition. Proof coins from 1991, which were made with the intention of being kept in pristine condition for collectors, are especially coveted, as they are much rarer and have a higher intrinsic value. This combination of rarity, historical significance, and condition makes the 1991 dime one of the most desirable coins in modern U.S. numismatics. Over time, the demand for rare and high-quality coins has increased, and coins like the 1991 dime have become an attractive investment for many. With collectors eagerly searching for high-quality specimens, some of these coins have found their way into private collections, where they have only become more valuable as the years go by. At auction, the 1991 dime has fetched incredible amounts, with some examples selling for as much as $115,000. This price reflects the rarity of the coin in uncirculated condition, as well as its appeal to collectors who seek to own a piece of American history. It's important to note that the value of any coin, including the 1991 dime, depends on several factors, such as its condition, its rarity, and its demand in the collector market. However, it is clear that the 1991 one-dime coin has achieved a level of significance that extends beyond its initial face value of just 10 cents. Today, this small coin serves as a reminder of a specific era in American history, and its remarkable value at auction highlights the enduring appeal of U.S. coins, especially those that have been carefully preserved and graded. As the years go by, the value of the 1991 one-dime coin continues to rise. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who is just starting to explore the world of numismatics, the 1991 dime represents an important piece of American heritage. From its historical significance to its timeless design and its potential for incredible value, this coin is more than just a piece of currency, it's a testament to the enduring legacy of American coinage. And if you happen to come across a 1991 dime in mint condition, you may just find that you're holding a piece of history worth $115,000. The 1996 one-dime coin may seem like an everyday piece of currency, but to those who know the world of numismatics, it's so much more than that. For the casual observer, it's simply a small, circular coin that represents 10 cents. However, for collectors and investors, the 1996 dime has become a highly sought-after item, capable of fetching an impressive $109,000 at auction in some rare cases. But what makes this coin so special, and why has it gained such value? To truly appreciate the worth of this coin, we need to explore its historical context, design, minting process, and the various factors that contribute to its significant collector appeal. The story of the 1996 dime begins in a pivotal period in American history. The year 1996 was a time of great change and progress, both in the United States and around the world. The Cold War had ended, and the world was adjusting to a new political landscape. Domestically, the economy was in a period of growth, with the internet and technology beginning to change the way people lived and worked. President Bill Clinton was serving his first term in office, and the country was recovering from a recession that had taken place just a few years earlier. Social issues such as welfare reform, gun control, and the debate over health care reform were taking center stage in American politics. On the world stage, 1996 saw the Summer Olympics held in Atlanta, Georgia, where athletes from around the world gathered to compete in various sports. The United States was experiencing a period of relative peace, with the end of the Cold War bringing a sense of optimism, though the U.S. military was still engaged in various global peacekeeping operations. The economy was booming, and many Americans were enjoying the benefits of a booming stock market, low unemployment, and a sense of stability in their lives. In the world of coinage, the 1996 one dime was part of a long-running series of coins that had been in circulation for decades. The design of the dime, featuring the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, had remained largely unchanged since 1946. The choice to feature Roosevelt on the dime was a tribute to his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, two defining moments in American history. Roosevelt's likeness on the obverse of the dime had become iconic, and it represented a sense of continuity and tradition for the American people. The reverse of the 1996 dime, like all dimes minted since 1946, featured the familiar design by artist Felix Schlag. This reverse featured a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, each symbolizing key American ideals: liberty, peace, and strength. The torch, as the symbol of freedom, represents the enduring spirit of liberty that is central to the American identity. The olive branch signifies peace, an ideal that the United States has long aspired to uphold. Finally, the oak branch represents the strength and stability of the nation. Together, these symbols reflect the values that have shaped the country and its people throughout history. The 1996 one-dime coin, like other dimes minted after 1965, was made from a copper-nickel-clad composition. This shift from the earlier silver-based coins was a result of rising silver prices and the need to produce more cost-effective coinage. The coin consists of an inner core made of pure copper, with an outer layer of nickel that gives the coin its familiar silver appearance. This combination of copper and nickel helps the coin to be durable and resistant to wear and tear, allowing it to remain in circulation for long periods without losing its integrity. Minting of the 1996 dime took place at several U.S. mint facilities across the country. The Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint were all involved in producing these coins. Most of the coins were struck for general circulation, while a smaller number were struck as proof coins. Proof coins, which were made with a higher level of detail and a shiny, mirror-like finish, were primarily sold to collectors rather than released into general circulation. The production of these proof coins was part of the U.S. Mint's ongoing effort to cater to the numismatic community, providing collectors with limited edition coins that would become rare and valuable over time. So, what makes the 1996 dime such an attractive item for collectors? The value of this particular coin comes down to several key factors: rarity, condition, and demand. As with any collectible coin, the state of preservation plays a critical role in determining its worth. Most of the 1996 dimes that were released into circulation have been subject to wear and tear, which naturally decreases their value. Coins that have been preserved in uncirculated condition, free from scratches, dings, and other forms of damage, are far rarer and much more valuable. For collectors, a well-preserved 1996 dime represents not only a physical artifact but also a piece of history that has remained untouched and in pristine condition. Another important factor that contributes to the value of the 1996 dime is its rarity in certain varieties. For example, the 1996 dime produced at the Philadelphia Mint has a distinct mint mark, or lack thereof, that can make it more desirable to certain collectors. Collectors often seek out specific varieties, looking for coins that stand out from the more common ones. In some cases, subtle differences in the minting process can result in variations that make a coin more valuable. For the 1996 dime, these factors can add a premium to the value, especially if the coin is in top-grade condition. The demand for 1996 dimes, especially those that are in excellent condition or are rare varieties, is driven by the numismatic community's ongoing interest in collecting coins from the modern era. While older coins tend to dominate the collector market, there is also a strong market for newer coins that have a unique place in history. Coins from the 1990s, such as the 1996 dime, represent a more recent period in American history, and for many collectors, owning a coin from this era allows them to connect with the country's past while also investing in a piece of tangible history. The collector appeal of the 1996 dime is further heightened by its relatively low production numbers in certain years. While millions of dimes were minted in 1996, only a small percentage of those coins were struck in proof quality or remain in uncirculated condition. Because of this, the coin has become one that is highly sought after by collectors who are willing to pay top dollar to add it to their collections. At auction, a pristine 1996 dime can fetch impressive sums, with some coins selling for as much as $109,000, depending on their grade and variety. So, why has the value of the 1996 dime risen to such an extraordinary level? It all comes down to the coin's rarity, condition, and collector demand. Coins that are in mint or proof condition are harder to come by, and collectors are always on the lookout for high-quality examples to add to their holdings. The 1996 dime, with its historical significance, enduring design, and unique place in American numismatics, has earned its place as one of the more valuable modern coins. It's a testament to the enduring appeal of U.S. coinage and a reminder that sometimes, even the most seemingly ordinary coins can hold extraordinary value. The 1996 one-dime coin, originally worth just 10 cents, has become a rare and valuable collector's item. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting to explore the world of coin collecting, the 1996 dime offers an intriguing glimpse into American history and an opportunity to own a piece of that history. And, with some examples fetching up to $109,000 at auction, the 1996 dime has proven that even coins from relatively recent years can have remarkable value when they're in the right condition and are highly sought after by collectors. So, next time you come across a 1996 dime in your pocket, take a closer look. You might just be holding a piece of history worth far more than its face value.